So again, the death of education is not due to a lack of stuff. Okay? We got stuff, right? We have tons and tons of stuff. COVID did one thing well, and that was it provided an opportunity for underserved, underfunded schools in urban and rural areas to finally get access to the technology tools that the big fancy suburban school, 10, 20 miles away was getting. It finally kind of leveled out the playing field when it came to the access to technology. It kind of made it, we got a kind of a clean slate. And so for that, we're grateful in the tech world, right? For me, I was like, thank you. Thank you for all the free stuff. Yes, I will take it. But the ESSER funds, which is the funding source that provided for all of that, has run out. So there will be no more free Chromebooks, right? There will be no more free upgrades to your technology system. Your teachers are probably not about to get any brand spanking new laptops anytime soon for the free 99. They're going to have to learn to work with what they got. Right? We're going to have to learn to work within the parameters of what we have available to us now. And the problem is because COVID caused such a rapid influx of gadgeting, right? We got so equipped. It's like literally someone taking you from your little studio apartment and throwing you into a mansion. And now you got to try to figure out, like, how does all of this work? Because I've never had this much, right? Like it was literally like a whirlwind, like an overnight type of thing for a lot of schools. The what we lacked in gadgets, we now lack in training, right? Because those gadgets didn't come with training. We were just trying to put a band-aid on multiple gunshot wounds at the time, right? We were trying to hurry up and get kids back online, back in school, so we wouldn't have kids falling behind, so that teachers continue working, because this was a global situation, right? This was not just the school up the street has asbestos and got to close down for a little bit. Wow, which back in the day, a lot of schools had that problem. Some still today. This wasn't that. This was a global situation that we were dealing with. So that meant that globally we were all being impacted, but that also meant that was a lack of preparedness, if you will. Because who would have thought? Like, did you think? Like, let's be honest in the chat tonight. Did you think something like this would ever happen in your lifetime? I surely didn't. I surely didn't. And when I started to hear a lot about it, early on in 2020, I started putting the bug in my leadership's ear, right? And I was like, I think this is about to be a problem. We have to be ready. And it was kind of brushed to the side, if I'm being honest. It was kind of, it'll be fine. We'll just wash our hands, right? And meanwhile, my brain, right, which is why it's so important for you to have someone on your leadership team who's not going to just always, say, okay, and agree with everything, but still be willing to, like, put some thought into some stuff and consider the possibilities, even when you might have doubt. They know, because that's their area of expertise. I still planned. And I think that's what, if I have to give my credit for anything, I think that was how our school was able to successfully transition so quickly after we were shut down. Like, literally, we shut down on a Friday, and the following the Monday after that, like the second Monday after that. So of course we weren't back open on that following Monday after that weekend, but the Monday after that we were back, right? We only had a week of downtime. And in that week of downtime, we distributed devices, distributed hotspots, got teachers what they needed, and trained staff on how to use Google Classroom and virtual Google Meet meetings to host their classes. And then also disseminated that information to families so they can get their kids back learning. So listen, I don't always, I don't brag on myself a whole lot. I'm pretty, I'm pretty modest when it comes to that. But I'm that girl. and that is one thing that's a feather in my cap as an EdTech leader, because I was very early in my career as an ed tech leader when that happened, but I'd already started thinking strategically in preparation for what I knew was coming. And I'm glad that I did.